Hello, welcome to this video mini lesson introduction to the syllabus and course calendar for ELC 688 Structured Inquiry and Defensible Data Use. This is the capstone course for our EDS program. I'm going to be hitting some highlights in the syllabus and the course calendar. I expect you to thoroughly read the syllabus and come to our first class session with any questions that you have about it. Similarly, I will expect you to look over the course calendar for the semester and again, come to class this first session with any questions that you have about it. So moving through some of the high points of the syllabus, as you can see here is basic information about the class and also how to contact me. Cell phone and email are the best ways. Our course is online with 2 intensive weekend experiences. We will meet synchronously on Tuesdays from 4 to 7 p.m., but we will not meet during that full duration of time every week. And I'll give you more details about that during our first class session. Also, I'm happy to meet with you in any way you'd like, face-to-face, conference call, Skype, Google Hangout, Collaborate session, whatever. As you can see, this course is focused on the ethical and efficacious use of data by educational leaders. And the idea that schools must be centers of inquiry. Schools should be places where we are constantly examining what we do and how we can do it better as educators. So this class will focus on data literacy and 3 types of structured inquiry: root cause analysis, action research, and internal program evaluation. Then throughout the entire course, there will be an emphasis on ethical and equity issues related to data and inquiry. And I'll let you read the conceptual framework mission statement on your own. And we'll move now to the course goals and learning objectives. So by the end of this semester, you should be able to articulate the role of inquiry in 21st century schools. You should be able to represent and analyze a variety of different types of data sets. You should also be able to identify the components and processes of root cause analysis, action research, and internal program evaluation. You should also be able to evaluate the use of value added and examine ethical and equity issues related to data, to communicate data and analysis to relevant audiences, and to use basic statistical and research concepts and terminology. Additionally, you are expected to demonstrate throughout the entire semester the following professional competencies that come from the North Carolina Standards for School Executives: communication, emotional intelligence, organizational ability, personal ethics and values, personal responsibility for performance, responsiveness, sensitivity, and time management. The teaching strategies for this course will include simulation, discussion, direct instruction, project-based learning, open inquiry, collaborative work, and formative assessment. Regarding evaluation and grading policies, so your performance in this class will be based on a number of summative assessments or multiple demonstrations of performance. For each of your summative assessments, you will receive beforehand an instruction sheet and analytic rubric that describe essentially what not only the requirements, but what the expectations are for each assignment. There will be 3 performance levels: above target, on target, and below target. You can revise and resubmit any assignment you wish. However, there are some sort of stipulations here. First of all, if you want to revise or resubmit an assignment, you must do so within 1 week of receiving the initial evaluation of it, and also give me a heads up that you're planning to revise and resubmit. When you submit revised work, you have to include the original with my comments, highlight in some way what changes you've made to the work, and then recognize that all revised work will be assessed at the end of the semester. If for some reason you're planning to turn something in late, you need to let me know before the due date so that I don't have to track you down. Your final grade for the course will be based on the following elements. First of all, critical responses and discussions. So you'll need to do one of these each week that you have no other summative assessment to do. And we can go into more detail about what these entail, but essentially they're your opportunity to kind of digest and to mull over the intersection of course readings and video mini lessons, the simulation, your own professional experiences, and the broader educational context of K through 12 schooling. Then your next assignment will be a data analysis project. So this is your first really big project. So all of your critical responses and discussions come to a total of 15%. And your data analysis project is 20% of your final grade. So you will analyze some type of data set that's student learning data, perceptual data, demographic data, or process data. And you'll analyze it and also present it in both visual form through graphs or tables, and also through narrative form. I know you're going to be excited about this. Your next summative assessment is a midterm exam. It's a take-home open book exam. It's also worth 20% of your final grade. And then the big portion of your grade, and a big portion of the whole course, is your development and conducting of a capstone project. And it can be any of the 3 types of structured inquiry that we study this semester: action research, root cause analysis, or internal program evaluation. And we'll be talking a whole bunch about this capstone project, and you'll kind of do it in pieces or chunks, and then you'll turn it in 3 different parts throughout the latter part of the semester. You'll get feedback from me on parts 1 and 2. You'll also get feedback on your quote-unquote final draft, and I put it in air quotes because it's your final draft for the course. But those of you who are taking this course as part of your the capstone experience for your EDS, you will take my comments and suggestions on your quote-unquote final draft for our course. You will use those to inform further revisions to your capstone project, and then you will turn that capstone project in near the end of your final semester in the program, and then you will be you'll participate in a hearing, a capstone hearing, that will be one of the final sort of things that you have to do in order to demonstrate mastery of the content and skills that you've been building throughout the entire program. Okay, so hopefully that didn't scare the tar out of you. The last part of your final grade for this semester is on professional competencies. Those professional competencies that I listed earlier up here, things like organizational ability, personal ethics and values, and personal responsibility for performance. So all of those professional competencies together will be evaluated holistically throughout the course, and they'll comprise 10% of your final grade. You see the grading scale here, as well as the two required texts for the course. In just a minute, I'll go through the course calendar. And then I want to point out and really emphasize the academic integrity policy. And I'll start there in part 2 of this introduction to the syllabus. Thank you.